Hello, what's up guys? This is another tutorial in the series of flight data analysis with autopilot, PX4 and this kind of stuff. In the last tutorial I talked about, I demonstrated some tools you have with flight analysis tools with PX4. And in this tutorial I'm going to help you build your own flight analysis tools in your own computer on your local host, so you don't need to upload the code on the website. Actually, I prefer you to upload your codes. If you have successful flight, upload it to the community so other people can use it, and other people and also developers can use it to improve their works. But if it's not something very important and useful for others, and you don't want to upload maybe 100 megabytes of files each time to a web server, and or maybe your project is private and you don't want to upload the code, you can build the code in your own computer. And also in that case, if you are an advanced Python programmer, you can change the codes for yourself and modify the way this system works. Okay, without more speaking, let's continue the work. But before starting, if you don't know what is flight logs and you haven't worked with that, please click on the link above this screen right now. It appears right now. You can click and watch my last tutorials about these things. And if you don't know about software in the loop and you don't want to just use real data, or you don't know how to download the log file from PX4, I assume you know that, but if you don't, click on the link that appears right now on the top of the screen. So I'm going to show you how you can download the logs from your PXHawk. Or not only PXHawk, you can use the logs from software in the loop simulation, so you don't need to actually fly. You can use your simulation logs to analyze the flight to see how it works. One more thing before I start, I'm using Linux for this kind of analysis, and in the last tutorials I have been talking about the difference between Linux and Windows in this purpose. It doesn't make change, but you can use Windows. With Windows 10 emulator you can run Linux command just like you are on the Linux, or you can use other tools such as Sigwin and other things. Just go ahead and search on YouTube so how you can run Linux command on Windows if you want to do it on Windows. But with a little experience, I found that I'm much more comfortable with Linux in this kind of stuff, because it gives me much more freedom and everything works better in Linux. So go ahead and install a Linux Ubuntu. The latest version right now is 20. And if you don't want to install an independent Linux, you can use many virtual machines such as VMware or virtual workstation. You can install a fresh copy of Linux inside your Windows, so you can access to that for this kind of works. But if you don't like to do that, it's okay. You can continue with Windows. There are lots of tutorials out there about how you can use use Linux commands in Windows. Okay, here we are in the documentation page of the PX4 flight lag analysis. I demonstrated all the tools here in this page in the last tutorial for you. In this tutorial, we are going to use only flight review. This is the web version that you can use online, but in this tutorial, we are going to install it offline on our own computer. So we go to a GitHub page, GitHub repository for this page, and everything is well documented in this page. You don't even need my tutorial. I'm just going to walk you through the steps, so there's nothing special here. Just open your terminal and copy and paste this command to install all the requirements and dependencies on Ubuntu. The same things for Windows, doesn't matter. Next step is to install other dependency that needed for Ubuntu and Debian and some versions. Just copy and paste for installing the Atlas, I guess. After it finishes install, the next step is to clone the GitHub repository for the flight review tools. Just cd it to the directory that you want to install. In this case, I'm going to install it on my home directory. Copy and paste the GitHub command to clone this repository in your computer. Then cd it to the flight review folder to make sure that everything is installed. Do a ls command and everything is here. Now the next step is to install a Python dependency. Just copy and paste this pip command, and all the requirements for the with the Python things will be installed in just a few seconds. After it installed, it's now almost ready to use. Just do ls command to make sure you are on the same directory that you want. Now you can change the configuration. There is two file config, default config underscore default or config underscore user. Just using a gedit command or using the GUI, you can edit the commands. I advise you to change only the config underscore user. You can change the SMTP server if you want to have sending email capability for your program, but we don't want that right now. But if you want, you have to configure the SMTP and HTTP protocols as well. I'm not going to change anything here. Next step is to set up the databases. You don't need to know anything. Just run the command with /setup_db.py, so all the database will be configured and ready to use. Okay, now everything is ready. You have two methods. You can use two methods. You can use the command line to give your log files to the application, or use the command ./serve.py-show to show you the web page, just like the web page you see online. You see the same page, but this time it's on localhost. As you can see, the address bar is on localhost. It is not connected to internet. It's on your own computer. Now you have to give your u.ulog file to this web page. If you don't know what is that ulog or this kind of thing, just there's a link in the tutorial in the description section. Just select your .ulog file and click upload. This will happen much more faster because it's on your own computer and it is offline. And as I told you, you can use the commands for this. And if you're on Python advanced programmer, you can use the integration tools to use other tools with this and with your own Python codes. And this is the page that we see in the last tutorial. Everything is just the same, but this time it happens on my own computer. So all the tools you had in the last section you have again here. PID analysis, the plots, and everything is the same. Thank you very much. If you have any question, please leave it in the comments below. I will continue with this kind of tutorial about PX4, autopilots, autopilot, and this kind of stuff in future. So if you don't want to miss those tutorials, hit subscribe and click on like. Thank you. Good day. Happy fly.